is correct to say that there is no competitive process. The National Development Plan of 2030 is supposed to have corrected that anomaly. And what we are even seeing today, the appointment of individuals without competing with others, is because of the absence of that. And I think that we have made some recommendation as to how that particular situation should be corrected. So currently there is no proper competitive process. And I think that with the last appointment of the National Commissioner, they tried to do something where they shortlisted individuals, but you did not open for people to apply. You have just identified individual and say that you are shortlisted. You don't know what informed that. So there is supposed to be a process where people can be able to compete properly. Thanks, Commissioners.
Dr. Lebeya, can I get a yes answer, not elaboration? I just need to be clear here. Are you saying once you are DNC, Deputy National Commissioner, when you are then appointed National Head, DPCI, that's not a sideways movement, that's a demotion? Or is a DNC at the same level as head of the Hawks? I just wanted to be clear.
DNC and national head are on the same level. That is not the movement that I have taken, Commissioners.
All right. So you're not suggesting that it was a demotion to move from DNC to head of the Hawks? Because they're on the same level, it was a sideways movement?
I'm not sure, because the Commissioner is asking a yes and no, and it needed to be clarified, or how did it happen, because I exited the organization. I did not move from DNC to National
okay,
Head.
I get you. So you exited and then had to come back?
Yes, this one is totally separate appointment, contract appointment. So I was on retirement. I remained retired, and then I had to be appointed on a contract basis, which is separate.
No, you've clarified. You've clarified. Unless Chair wants you to deal with the other movement, I'm sorted. Thanks.
Can I then just ask, Doctor, so when you are the Lieutenant General appointed as Deputy National Commissioner in 2011, and you say you moved to the slow lane, what was your expectation to be appointed as National Commissioner? Or?
So on that level, as the Deputy National Commissioner, you are Deputy National Commissioner, and then if an opportunity arises to move to the next level, is where you are supposed to compete with others.
Okay, and you say you deal with that later as to what should have happened in that period?
Yeah, I will touch on that.
Yes, okay. Then at paragraph 38, I don't want you to deal with the entire paragraph. You mention National Instruction 2 of 2001, which deals with issues relating to informers. If you can just tell us about that National Instruction. I don't want to really deal with 38 because it does become an important aspect of your evidence later.
Yes, without reading this paragraph, Commissioners, it's just an indication that in performing duties as a police official, from time to time, you get assistance from people who volunteer information. There has been different labels that are put on people who are volunteering the information. And then a National Instruction 2 of 2001 came into place to assist with the registration of informers and the remuneration thereof. Even before this instruction came in place, there has always been a practice of utilizing informants. I have been utilizing that effectively from the time that I was still working at Hillbrow. People from different areas phoning, providing information about the existence of firearms, you get that information, you task people, not telling them where you are getting information. They must just go and execute. That is how you deal with information coming from people who are prepared to tell you as a police so that you can solve crime. So that is in essence the importance of that national instruction.
Thank you. And then if I could ask you to go to paragraph 43, but if you wish to deal with 41, I would ask you, then you may do so, but I would want you to do 43.
When I left the DPCI, it was on a sound operational footing as on 2010 and 2011 financial year, which is the time that I left the DPCI. Its performance was unparalleled performance of 14,793 arrests and 7,037 convictions.
And then on page 37, paragraph 48.
On the 17th of August 2009, I was expressly assigned by the Deputy National Commissioner Dramat to investigate the allegations of murder of Oparamukibe affecting crime intelligence based on the information note compiled by Assistant Commissioner Bushi Engelbrecht, one of the best investigators that the country produced. I complied. On the 24th of October 2010, the Saturday Star newspaper published a detailed article about irregularities at crime intelligence. The story included mismanagement of crime intelligence division, appointment of criminals, and nepotism by appointing official in covert component. On 26 October 2010, while I was the divisional commissioner at the Hawks, General Cele assigned me to investigate these irregular appointments at crime intelligence. I established that the family members of personnel in crime intelligence were irregularly appointed in covert environment. My post of divisional commissioner was abolished on the 31st of January 2011.
Are you saying it was as a result of this investigation, or was it just coincidence?
It was not said what is the reason for closing the position that I'm holding in the Hawks, but when it got phased out, I have to speculate on what is the reason. It's the investigation that I'm conducting. So it was not stated.
Thank you. Paragraph 49.
I was appointed as Deputy National Commissioner of Crime Detection on 1st February 2011, and I continued with departmental cases of crime intelligence. On the 3rd of March 2011, Crime Intelligence Division was restructured, and the Divisional Commissioner was to account directly to the National Commissioner on covert component, while he accounts to the DNC crime detection on other components. Copy of appointment as Deputy National Commissioner is attached as Annexure SGL 13.
Thank you. Then at paragraph 52.
Over and above these two portfolios, on 29 July 2011...
Sorry, General, 52.
52.
Yes.
On 24 October 2011, when the former President Jacob Zuma suspended General Cele and announced the appointment of Major General Sibusiso Ntahla-Mkhwanazi as the acting National Commissioner until further notice, as the person that he trusted, I was one of the 30 lieutenant generals that formed what is called top management of the SAPS. After a public outcry, Major General Mokwanazi, who had a few months in the rank of Major General, was on 26 October 2011 promoted to the rank of Lieutenant General in terms of what was recorded as Section 207, subsection 1 of the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa, 1996. The letter of appointment dated 27 of October 2011 is attached as Annexure SGL 15. It is on this day that Brigadier Sharon Gayler sent an email to Lieutenant Generals Patlani, Nchwe and me, directing as follows: Good day, Lieutenant General. By direction of the Acting National Commissioner, Major General Mokwanazi, you are kindly requested to attend the funerals as guardians of the Eastern Cape. Major General Mokwanazi will not attend. Thank you very much. Respectfully, Brigadier Gayler, Executive Assistant to the National Commissioner, General B.H. Cele, South African Police Service. Copy of this email is attached as Annexure SGL 16.
I just wanted to ask you, why are you referring to this email? I don't understand its relevance.
I wanted to demonstrate the interference of politics in policing, that it comes way back from 2009 in terms of my view. Others may push it back. I have had others putting it since the Bologwani period. But from the work that I have been doing, I have seen it from 2009 that there is a serious interference by politics in policing matters.
Sorry, you'll forgive me, but how does you getting an instruction to attend a funeral, what does that have to do with interference?
Under normal circumstances, a junior, a subordinate will not give an instruction to a senior officer. It is only when there is interference that there is that confusion.
And who's the junior, the brigadier?
No, the instruction comes from a major general instructing lieutenant generals.
But isn't he at that point, isn't he in an acting role?
Yeah, that is the incorrect processes that is being done. You don't appoint a junior to instruct seniors.
Okay, that's the point you want to make regarding that. Then if we can go to 55 on page 41.
Still on 27 October 2011, 5 officials from crime intelligence hatched a conspiracy theory against General Cele, Lieutenant General Mzwandile Petros, Lieutenant General Anna Dramat, and me. On 3 November 2011, the Divisional Commissioner of Crime Intelligence wrote a letter to the President, the Minister of Police, and Lieutenant General Mokwanazi to lodge a complaint of conspiracy.
Sorry, can I just ask, who was the Divisional Commissioner of Crime Intelligence then?
The Divisional Commissioner of Crime Intelligence was Lieutenant General Mdluli.
Thank you.
On 12th of May 2012, a task team was set by the minister to consider the complaint. While this cloud was hanging over our heads, General Pierre was appointed as the National Commissioner on 12 June 2012. On the 5th of July 2012, Minister announced that the allegations of conspiracy were unfounded. When I asked a copy of report in the letter dated 23 of November 2012, the minister refused via a letter dated 6 December of 2012 on the ground that it is for cabinet.
Thank you. 56.
The acting national commissioner who directed that grabbers be moved away from the DPCI to crime intelligence amended the list of senior managers who could recommend the interception and monitoring. The amended list required the acting national commissioner and the acting divisional commissioner to be the only ones who could recommend the application of interception and monitoring to the designated judge as appointed in terms of regulation of interception of communication related information Act 70 of 2002. That was a serious anomaly and it created more risks than solutions. I had to come and finalize the assets record during my era as national head, as the equipment were still in the name of the DPCI.
And when you say in that paragraph, the acting national commissioner who directed that grabbers be moved away from the DPCI to crime intelligence, who was that acting national commissioner?
The acting national commissioner at the time was Lieutenant General Mukwanazi.
Thank you. Paragraph 57.
While the investigation of crime intelligence was continuing, information of threat was brought to our attention. Based on that information, a threat assessment was commissioned by then acting divisional commissioner of crime intelligence, Lieutenant General Masemula, as per letter dated 14 of February 2012. Based on this, I received one-day protection. Copy of the letter is attached here to as annexure SGL 19.
And then paragraph 58.
On 24 February 2012, during the Deputy National Commissioner and the National Commissioner morning sessions, Lieutenant General Mukwanazi informed us that he had met the state president who told him as follows: I keep on hearing this name, Lebeya, 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 Lebeya. Who is this Lebeya? He told us that he explained to the president that Lebeya was a general who was just trying to do his job. Lieutenant General Mukwanazi submitted his statement to the State Capture Commission in this regard. He directed me to write a letter to the state president to explain why I investigated the then Divisional Commissioner of Crime Intelligence, Lieutenant General Richard Mudluli. On the 3rd of February 2012, I submitted the letter to the acting national commissioner, which was addressed to the state president, the minister of police, and the acting national commissioner, as communication of that nature had to follow those channels. Lieutenant General Mukwanazi advised that I should address the letter only to him, and he would in turn communicate with the president. I then changed the addressees to him alone, which reduced the volume of the letter to 10 pages. The letter had annexures that made 86 pages and was classified. The report answered the allegations that I was colluding with Dr. Matthews Posa, Lieutenant General Lala, Lieutenant General Praise, and Major General Freyer. I concluded the letter by stating that, I quote, I am hoping that this information will assist in balancing the level of the scale of trust painted by those who may have presented a picture about me without me, I close quote.
Thank you. Paragraph 59.
On 28 of March 2012, Lieutenant General Mukwanazi informed the Deputy National Commissioners that the Minister of Police have directed him to appoint another Major General as Divisional Commissioner without advertising the post. He complied with the directive and circulated the appointment on 30 March 2012, with the appointment becoming effective on the 1st of April 2012.
Can you just clarify who was the Minister of Police?
The Minister of Police was Minister Mthethwa.
And who was the Major General to be appointed as Divisional Commissioner?
The Major General was B.S. Ngubane.
Thank you.
The appointee was to report directly to the acting national commissioner, which is not structurally correct, as the post fell under the deputy national commissioner for physical resource management. Indeed, the predecessor to the appointee reported to the latter. A letter of appointment is attached as Annex SGL 20. This shows that political interference has been taking place since 2009. On the same day, Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi restructured the division crime intelligence away from crime detection to report directly to the National Commissioner, leaving the detective service and forensic services as the only division resorting under Deputy National Commissioner Crime Detection. Letter of restructuring is attached here to as per Annex SGL 21. He further appointed Lieutenant General Fanima Semula, who he had earlier appointed as the acting Divisional Commissioner of Crime Intelligence, as Deputy National Commissioner Policing with effect from the 1st of April 2012. He provided me with a letter of appreciation for acting in such a position from the 10th of April 2011 to the 31st of March 2012, which is attached as per Annex GL 22. He also provided me with a letter indicating that I should sign an agreement to be responsible for the two divisions, Detective Service and Forensic Services. A copy of the letter is attached here to Annex SGL 23.
And then paragraph 62.
After the appointment of General Pierre, Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi did not have a post, as he never had. He was reflected on an island in the structure, and later a post was created for him called Facility Management and Operations. It is from that moment that the rank was regularized.
By the rank, you mean Lieutenant General?
Yes, the rank of Lieutenant General, because in terms of the regulations, at the time when it was announced, we didn't have a rank of Lieutenant General in that fashion in terms of the regulation. The rank of Lieutenant General existed in 1990, 1992, and 1993 amendments of the regulations. In 1995, it fell off, so we never had Lieutenant General that is not married, that is not attached to specific post. That is, you have to be having Lieutenant General. That's why there is always something in bracket. It can't be Lieutenant General without anything in bracket. That is how the regulations are written.
Okay, paragraph 63.
During 2012, I was tasked by General Pierre in the presence of the Minister of Police to deal with the cases of political killings in Mpumalanga.
Sorry, Doctor, when you say Minister of Police, if you could just say who it was at the time so that we can keep track.
During 2012, I was tasked by General Pierre in the presence of the Minister of Police, Honorable Mthethwa, to deal with the cases of political killings in Mpumalanga. When I asked for copies of these cases from the provincial head of the DPCI in Mpumalanga. He advised me that the divisional commissioner had already asked copies. When I checked with the divisional commissioner of detective service, he told me that he has been tasked by the national commissioner. It was a divisional commissioner who reports to me, who was tasked by the national commissioner, signaling that she was, in my view, politically instructed not to task me on matters resulting under my responsibility.
And who was the Divisional Commissioner of Detective Service that you're referring to there?
The divisional commissioner was Lieutenant General Munu.
Thank you. '64, sorry.
Restructuring which has been used by every national commissioner, including the acting national commissioners, has been used to either constructively enhance the organization, destructively weaken the organization, negatively weaponize it against adversaries, and nepotistically created posts to accommodate loyalists. On 12 August 2012, General Piega indicated that she wanted to restructure the police and reduce the number of deputy national commissioners. The first restructuring came on the 30th of August 2013. I was offered a post of head SAPS Research Institute. I was to move from a post of deputy national commissioner to a post of head SAPS Research Institute, which meant that I would have been demoted as defined in section 186, subsection 2, paragraph A of the Labor Relations Act 66 of 1995. Demotion must be preceded by a board of inquiry as provided for in section 34 of the South African Police Service Act of 1995, read in conjunction with Regulation 64 of the South African Police Service Regulations of 1964 and Standing Order General 121 1D. That is the treatment that I endured in the police for fighting corruption.
Paragraph 66.
I was dismissed by General Piega on the 31st of May 2014 without following a legal process, indicating that I refused to accept the post. However, she placed me on pensions roll because the system did not recognize the novel dismissal, which she called self-redundancy. After full 2 years of this unlawful treatment, the court reinstated me on the 16th of May 2016 and discharged me on a no-fault discharge on the 31st of May 2016, which is a form of retirement. During the last month's discussion with the police, I've offered to take the post of Deputy National Commissioner, Crime Detection, which was now re-established through restructuring. I was told that the acting National Commissioner said that he had already placed senior managers in post. When I said, but there is no one appointed in the post, they just said, no, it would appear that it is from above. The SAPS expressly apologized for all the treatment I received, which I accepted. I attached copies of certificates of service dated 9 December 2014, 1st July 2016, and 2 August 2016, as well as a letter of apology as per Annexures GL 24.
Then at paragraph 67, you referred to several attempts that were made to get rid of you by colleagues and individuals of highly questionable character. But could I ask you to deal with subparagraph 67.3, 4, and 5?
Maybe before you do that, Dr. Lebeya, in paragraph 66, who is the acting national commissioner at this point?
The acting national commissioner was Lieutenant General Pahlane. Paragraph 67.3. Major General retired advocate Ngitsini Prince Mugudidi reported me as protected disclosure to the authorities, including the presidency, the ministry, and parliament, to the effect that I'm occupying the post unlawfully, contrary to the provisions of Chapter 6, capital letter A of the South African Police Service Act, as corrected by the Constitutional Court.
And which position is this that you're referring to, that I was occupying the post unlawfully?
This is the position of national head of the DPCI.
And when did he report this?
I think that it is just before his disciplinary processes was finalized. I think it's 2021, around 2021. I do not have the specific date.
Okay. And 67.4?
Another former police official, advocate, now no longer advocate, Malesela Daniel Defu, reported me to the authorities, including the presidency, ministry, and the parliament, to the effect that I am occupying the post unlawfully, contrary to the provisions of Chapter 6, capital letter A of the South African Police Service Act, as corrected by the Constitution.
And 67.5?
Paul Robert O'Sullivan, a private investigator, made similar allegations and lodged a case at court contrary to the provisions of Chapter 6A of the South African Police Service Act, as corrected by the Constitutional Court. He only withdrew the case when our response shows that provisions of the law that he relies on was deleted by the Constitutional Court. Our relationship has always been cordial until I refused to provide him with the status of a case that the directorate were dealing with.
And when was this? What year are we talking about?
I think that it is 2023, 2024.
And do you recall what case he was asking about, the status of the case?
Yes, I do recall the case he was talking about.
Is it a case that you can mention here or no?
It is, without detailing it, it is commonly known as the Pala matter.
Okay, he was asking you for a status update on the Pala matter.
Yes, when he phoned me, he said that he's sitting here with his friend who's a doctor, and then I just need progress of this status of the case.
And did he say in what capacity he was asking for the status?
He did not say, but I just felt somebody else is asking me to provide him with the status of the matter that is handled by the Hawks. And he tells me that he's sitting with his friend doctor. They have got nothing to do with that. I can't report to any other person about progress of matters in the DPCI. So I did not ask him your status because I know he's not a lawyer, and I couldn't understand why you will ask me to provide him with the status of the case.
Did he mention the friend who's a doctor that he was sitting with by name?
He did mention the friend that he was sitting with, commissioners.
And he said, the name is what?
He said that he's sitting with Dr. Benjani Chauke, his friend.
Thank you.
You say in the same paragraph, Dr. Lebeya, that your relationship has always been cordial until you refused to provide. What was the nature of your relationship up to that point?
Mr. O'Sullivan, the first time I knew about him was, I think, 2001, when he was the complainant on the cases against National Commissioner Cele. So I was in charge of the detective service in Gauteng. So this matter resorted under the detective service in Gauteng. So I had to appoint people to conduct the investigation. So I even had to visit his office so that he go and show me where he says that he made a U-turn when the people wearing balaclavas were shooting at him. So it is those kind of cases that I knew him. And later on, I think that it is somebody else who has been providing information. And then he also came to my office at some stage. So it is somebody else who report matters. He does report matters. In some of the matters, he's the complainant, where we have even effected arrest when we didn't have a complainant. So he is that type of person. And then information from time to time, he will email to different people. So that is how I know him.
Thank you. Chair, may we take the THM?
Let's adjourn and resume at 11:30.